Season 2, Episode 2. I was figuring out how to do Anemoia like letters with my fingers earlier, but that's going to take too long, so we're not going to do that. I'm Elwood, if you didn't already know.
And
Who are you?
And I'm Sasha.
He's Sasha.
And this is Anemoia.
This is us.
So we're a music and arts program, and it's made by people sharing and volunteering their time to feature live music and other cool creative business from the Northern Rivers and beyond for this episode.
Especially, beyond for this episode. For today, we have special guests all the way from Meanjin, Brisbane, Mr. Finn. Everyone, let's give it up for Mr. Finn. Mr. Finn from Brisbane.
Zin.
I think I butchered the pronunciation of Mianjin. I don't know. Anyway, if they're wherever they're from, they can make good music. Don't laugh at me.
We're gonna be catching up with Mr. Finn in just a
Yes.
minute, but first we want to see who Freya caught up with this week. So
Somewhere over
here's that.
that way.
Yeah, there
They're here.
on
Yeah.
your screen now.
Take it.
Yep.
Today we're just about to go and meet Angus, and yeah, come on, let's go. Hello.
Oh, g'day. How we going?
So you've been on Anemoia before, and you performed live with Mr. Rhodes.
I have, yeah.
And you also do solo stuff yourself.
I do all sorts of stuff. So, yes, this will be technically my third appearance on Anemoia. Actually, if we count the movie, fourth. So weekends I work at Howl and Moan Records in Byron with Mario, who I believe's been on the show before too. And in his episode he was like, oh yeah, here's Angus's record. Then I came in the first time Mr. Rhodes did it, because I'm sure we'll get to it, but we've done a bunch of work together. Also in a new band called Hypnic Jerks with Mike Watson and Scott Finch from Wharves, and a couple of other legends as well. But yeah, I mostly make music by myself under the name Pleasley. So,
Okay.
a lot of like Instagram loop collab stuff. A lot of just like a bunch of Logic sessions I always have open.
You have a pretty distinct style, but you seem pretty like multi-faced and like adaptable in production. So
I'd like to think so, yeah.
yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about your songwriting process and like who inspires you?
A lot of the things that inspire me are not necessarily music.
Okay.
I could fool everybody by all this music around me, but I think in terms of like maybe sketch comedy or maybe like impressionistic painting, where it's all about different elements coming together and sort of, I think sometimes they can seem a bit nonsensical to begin with, but then as stuff develops, it sort of coalesces into something that makes sense. So yeah, when I'm sort of just layering things in Logic, I think of it in terms of, I think more visually than I do musically. But I guess like as far as influences go, half my room is purple, so I'm a big old Prince fan, and just that concept of vision and actually executing a vision always really excites me. But then on the flip side, like, you get really bored working alone sometimes, and then you kind of got to go collaborate and do other things in other places with other people. So both of those things I kind of like to balance, and when there's too much of one, it's really important to get a bit of the other, to get a bit of perspective on it.
So we know you've worked in different places, but what is it that you love the most about working in Lismore? And like, what's the good things and the bad things about it?
There are many pros and cons, I guess. I think of it in terms of just the whole Northern Rivers, right?
Yeah.
Like, big con is that everything and everyone is half an hour from each other. I think that can be a double-edged sword though, because that means that the things that grow here, the things that happen here, tend to be fairly organic and not so, I guess, trying to be something it isn't. And that's been the case for a long time. Things in isolation tend to grow differently. I think that's why Australian music at large is kind of getting finally a bit more across the board traction across the world.
Yeah.
Because the things that come out of this place, yes, they're worldly. Yes, you can hear different parts of, you know, everywhere. But it's, I don't know, I think when you sort of, I think of it as a sponge, right? Like you're either soaking up or wringing out.
Okay.
So when the sponge is too full from all over the world, you got to wring it out into something. And I think a nice, quiet place like this is really helpful for that. But yeah, at the same time, like, opportunities tend to be thinner on the ground in a place like this than they are in the cities. You know, I talk to friends who, like, they will do in a week what this place does in a month, you know?
Yeah.
Grass is always greener though, right? Like, I think it's a beautiful place. I grew up here. I will always call it home. But yeah, a few different ways that it works and doesn't work. As far as gear goes, we've got the Microkorg XL OG red one. Got a lovely little Nord for all the things that Nords do. Bog standard MIDI controller. I've just gotten this thing back from being repaired, so I've got to sort of get tape world happening. This little Joe Meek preamp in here, if you can get a nice shot of that. That is pretty much on everything I do. Beautiful British preamp and optical compressor and stuff, so just a really nice front end mic pre. Then just turntable, a guitar that Matt Collins from Wolves gave me, a bass that my friend Nick gave me, and my Les Paul over here, a bunch of records, compact discs and what have you. I guess that's the grand tour of the gear in the room. So,
is there anything you'd like to say, like any advice you could give to all those young people in the area who are just starting out in music? Or
okay, what would I say? I think I always maintain that our voice comes from the specific way we fail to copy the things we love. So by all means, listen to everything. That's never been easier to do. Find out what you like, find out what you don't like, find whatever instruments speak to you that you can communicate through. And yeah, I think it's the ways we fail to become the thing we want to be that make us who we are and make it unique and make, I guess, your voice come through a bit more.
Here we are.
Here
Mr.
we are.
Finn, couch. And
Mr. Finn on the couch.
We gotta ask.
First question. This is a regular question for everyone that goes on the couch. How is the couch? First odd couple minutes of sitting. What's the rating?
Yeah,
So cozy.
way more lush than I was expecting.
I feel
Bless you.
really small on it.
It's like deceptively good, I'd say. It
Yeah.
doesn't even look that good at first, but you just sit
Singing.
in it. Yeah.
We've never sat on a couch together. I feel like we're in The Simpsons
Yes.
intro.
Friends.
Oh, yeah, friends.
Who are Mr. Finn? Who have we got
Yeah,
sitting on the couch?
Yeah,
I'm Luca, I'm the bass player.
I'm Sasha, I play guitar. Aisha, vocals and guitar.
and I'm Finn, and I play drums.
Very nice. So can you tell, I've just heard your name's Finn, but can you tell us about the name Mr. Finn and where does that come from? Is it related at all to...
Yeah.
Yeah?
You go.
Well, I came up with it originally. It was Fantastic Mr. Finn.
Fantastic.
That is-
Like Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we thought it was too happy. And
Didn't
too
match.
like it's just a bit long. Yeah, it didn't really match the music, so
Yeah.
we got rid of the Fantastic, and it's just like this
Mr. Finn.
ominous Mr. Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's still pretty fantastic, but yeah. Mr. Finn, ominous Mr. Finn.
Yeah. Maybe we should add ominous.
There's plenty of room-
Even longer.
plenty of room to try, yeah.
How long have you been playing as Mr. Finn?
Since like August last year.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
Around the
not
show.
very long.
Yeah, and we had a big sort of like gap in the middle as well. So kind of like we only really got like really serious like this year, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah.
Well, good beginnings, fresh beginnings. How long have you guys been playing music, just in general? Or how did you get into playing music first of all, I guess? Individually, and then I guess how you guys came together.
Okay.
It's a bit of a loaded
Yeah,
question.
you can.
Oh, okay. I used to play the trumpet a bit at school, and so I loved that a lot. I was in a jazz band, but then kind of COVID hit after I left school, and I didn't really want to blow my ears out in my room playing my trumpet, so I bought a bass online. I started playing Peter Hook mostly, like New Order and Joy Division and stuff like that, and then moved on to more psyche stuff. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very lovely.
I like the same low key because I've played cello for like 10 years, and then during COVID there was like a guitar in my house, so I just sort of like picked it up and started teaching myself and then getting lessons after that, so that's where all that came in.
I mean, I guess we all have weird origins. I started playing baritone. Not the saxophone
just like-
baritone, just the baritone by itself, you know. Not a euphonium even. And I felt very unrecognized in the back there. So, but
Needs the spotlight.
yeah, I needed
So that's just front center.
yeah. No, I mean, I've been singing my whole life, and then I just needed something to accompany it. So, yeah.
Classical gone psychedelic
Yeah.
rock fusion,
Obviously.
sweet,
Yeah.
dreamy, cool stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. And last one.
I don't know. I've just always played drums since I was 10. I just fell in love with it. When I was like 7, I was like, I just want to start, and I just stuck with it. I didn't change over like these guys.
Didn't start with the
I was
violin
loyal.
or anything.
No.
Okay, well, you know,
Rag
we'll have to
vibes.
start somewhere. But there you go.
And can you tell us a little bit about your songwriting process? Like
Yeah,
what that
sure.
smells like?
Yeah.
What it tastes like even, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes a bit like Asha.
It tastes like that.
Yeah, it usually starts with one of us, I guess, bringing in a song that we've been working on, and then we just kind of workshop it.
We'll add our own like parts
Yeah,
and stuff.
because I obviously don't play drums, so
I feel like when we add our own things
Yeah.
as well, like it changes it completely at the same
Yeah.
time, even though you keep it like, similar.
yeah, so a little bit of us in there.
Add stuff and then be like, that was so good, or like add it and be like, no, like take that out, do it again.
Yeah.
It's like workshop
Or
it,
just
yeah.
jamming and kicking that.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to do it. Come together and collaborate, make it all make sense.
Yeah.
Speaking, so you guys are from Brisbane, and what's the music scene like up there? Like, what's some of the, I don't know, better things and worse things maybe up there about it?
I'd say, I guess the worst thing is there isn't much of a psych scene. There's not many bands that we've been able to find. That's why we got everyone from Lismore to play with us the other week. Yeah, there's not much of a psych scene or like really shoegazy, which I guess we are as well. to play with, but there are so many sick rock bands and like
There's always something
pop.
on.
Yeah.
A lot of small like bands that everyone like gets around. Everyone's really
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
big
bit of
like,
a cult
community.
kind of situation. Everyone knows
Community
everyone.
cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, so it's kind of the same as here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less relatively, just, you know,
Let's say. Yeah.
close enough. Oh, very cool.
Do you have any upcoming plans or projects or like recordings or any cool news that you wanna spread the word about?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a
Recording singles.
Ooh.
Um,
Our first single.
yeah, which will be the last song we play here.
Stay tuned.
Sneak peek
Yeah.
of the whole song.
And then so once we do that, like hopefully we've got like songs for an EP that we really want to do as
Nice.
well. But for now, just got plans for the single.
Oh,
And when's that to be released?
TBA.
TBA. We're not disclosing that yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
actually, I've got
Near
my own
future.
question. I just thought of it then. So, like, having all played different instruments before the ones you played now, is there ever a moment where you guys are like, let's just bust it? Let me get the baritone back out. I just want to like whack this in here. Or is it doesn't really fit? Is there any? It's just kind of sticking with the stuff you've got now, I guess.
Oh, we had a little flute moment.
Oh my
we
God.
wanted to like play with the flute.
I know somebody who has a flute.
None of us actually played flute.
No, we
It
didn't
was
build off
very
any skills we had.
Right.
It'd probably be cool to like add stuff eventually.
I'd love to put some strings in. Have
Yeah.
a corn crumpets moment. With all that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd love to learn sitar as well and bring that in if we could.
That would
That
be
would
very
be sick to play
definitely. I
live.
think that fits the vibe very well.
Yeah, for sure. So, fun stuff.
Well, very insightful, very lovely. Thank you for sitting on the couch and answering our questions and laughing at our jokes. we paid them to laugh at the jokes.
Yeah.
But,
We're not that funny.
no,
We
we
wish we
try,
were,
but
look.
look, what can you do? Anyway, they said about their new single coming out soon, hopefully. I'm keen. They're going to give us a sneak peek, which is the entire song. And that's going to happen in about 2 minutes from now. So I'll see you there.
also really like to thank Anemoia for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah.
Mr. Finn, count me in. I was thinking of all these epic zinger lines to say, but now I've just forgotten them all because that was just actually so good. Like, blown away.
Well, it definitely was fantastic.
Yeah, even if it's not fantastic, Mr. Finn, that was fantastic. Definitely.
So yeah, thanks guys for playing. That was really cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. Appreciate the journey they had to make to be on this show, and I hope everyone watching at home appreciate that. Speaking of which, that's all we've got for today. So thank you everyone for being here, watching live. Thank you for watching at home, or like I always say, wherever you are. Also a reminder that if you are watching at home and you're like, damn, this looks so fun and cool, and I just totally want to be here in the live audience clapping and cheering. You can. You walk in, there's no tickets, there's no nothing. Just don't yell profanities and be rude, I guess. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can find details for the episodes and who we have on and all that good jazz at the Instagram page, which is Anemoia, ANEMOIA_, not the word, the symbol, TV.
TV.
Yeah. And we're there.
That's us.
We're there. Like, everyone's there. Lots of people are there. And you should be too. Not there, actually. You should be here watching. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's enough of my
See you next
drooling.
week.
See you then.
Thank you.
Anemoia Season 2, Episode 3. Not Season 1, Season 3. Season
3, episode 2.
2. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.